it's TxStampin, Sharon. I tried to go live like 30 minutes ago and I had some problems. Everything looked fine on my end, but I'm going to go ahead and try this again. So, hello, Michelle. I see you're there. Oh, goodness. I hope that you guys find me. I'm hoping I'm watching to see if you guys come back. This was a scheduled live for 7 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day. I got dressed and everything. I'm so sad that it went south, but I went and checked all my equipment. My internet on my end is good. So we're going to try this one more time. Hello, Mary Yates, you're back. Yay, yay, y'all are coming back. I'm so excited. I don't know what happened. I even went and searched, is YouTube having trouble? I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, this is the first time it's happened. So thank you so much for your patience. Good evening, Deborah. Hello, Nancy. Hi, Carol from Kingman, Arizona. I don't know where that is. I love Arizona. Hi, Nancy Lewis. I'm happy to see you too. Yay. Y'all can see me. You can hear me. Hi, Christy. Hi, Sarah. I know so many gave up before. I had almost 300 people, like 200 and something. And then all of a sudden the numbers started dropping and there was only like 40 left. And I was like, okay, no one can hear me. No one can see me. So, boy, I tell you, you just got to love technology and just don't panic. I didn't panic. I called the professionals. I did my Google search and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it again. Yeah, we're going to do it again because I didn't want to wear my St. Patrick clothes tomorrow and reschedule this. That would be no fun. Anyway, I hope everyone has had a great, happy Thanksgiving. Too many holidays. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So I want to, hello, Megan, my friend Megan, I called her, she's my buddy. And I'm like, Megan, what do I do? So anyway, we are back. It looks like we're doing good. I hope that everybody else will pop in as I get going. We're going to go ahead and proceed. I watched the replay on the other video and I had kept going way past the time that it actually stopped, about the time that everybody was complaining about the internet and the spinning and the frozen and all that. So hello, Peggy Williams. I'm so glad. Hi, Heidi. Yay, you came back too. Oh, yes. And Michelle is here. Michelle was typing. What do we do? Are you going to go back? And all of that. Hi, Susie. Hello, my friend Susie from Arizona. She gets to watch me live. Okay, so like I said, had YouTube trouble. Don't know what it was. But we are going to finish our card. And I'm glad I stopped when I did because this is a really fun fold that we're going to do. I am using the stamp set Easter Friends, and I have 4 cards to share. They're super cute, and I want you to see them all. So, okay. All right. Just catching up on the comments there. So we're going to go ahead and switch cameras. Like I said, I'm using Easter Friends, such a stinking cute stamp set. Okay. So Sarah, you saw me coloring. Okay. Because the replay didn't even show me coloring all of the ducks. So the little, the little duckling, super cute stamp set, not only for Easter, but I think for, like baby showers, baby gifts, welcoming those new babies. That little bunny is just so cute. So yay, Lynn, I'm so glad you're back. I am using the Bratz 6x6 Designer Series paper. And as I mentioned previously, for those of you who've already heard me, you're like, she sounds like a record. A lot of things like this will retire. There will probably always be ink, the Bratz family colors, but these patterns will be going away because there's a new catalog coming in May. So on my blog, after the live is over, I will have the download tutorial for you. And I do need to fix that because that YouTube link, so you could rewatch, is incorrect. So I will do my best to get that fixed. My blog is not going to go live right at 8 o'clock most likely, but it will go live. Give me a few minutes to fix this tutorial, and then it will go live and you can go download it. So hello, Betty. I'm so glad you're back. Yay. Okay. You're going to want this download because I have a picture of your scoring measurements, and you know, things like this on these fun folds, I think you need that written, or those pictures. I'm such a visual person. So I think you're going to want this download, and it will be on my blog. The link will be below the video. I think it's already there. Megan, will you check that for me? I think I already put it there, but the link to the blog post will be below the video. So, okay. So where we left off is I just did some cute little, I just stamped on my basic white layer, and I colored my little duckling with, and I'm going to show y'all. I went ahead and stamped, I added my stamps, both of them to the block, and I just stamped at the same time, you know, it saved me time from getting different blocks. So I did that, did my coloring. This is pretty simple. But the main thing I wanted to show you is how to do this fun fold. Carol says that she was sat at a workshop on Tuesday, and we used the little bunny on a card. Oh, yay. Okay, so I have some Daffodil Delight cardstock, and boy, it sure does look very lemony on the screen. I hope that it shows to be Daffodil Delight, what y'all can see. It is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to use my paper trimmer, and I'm going to move this over to the 1-inch mark. Let's straighten this up. Something's crooked there. And I'm going to put my cutting blade right at the 1-inch mark, and I'm going to cut all the way up to 6 1/2. Doesn't that seem weird to do that? So I'm going to cut there. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm lining up at the 1-inch mark right here. I'm going to close it. My blade is already at 6 1/2. Okay. So now I'm going to bring it towards me, and I'm going to stop at the 1-inch mark. Okay. So this is what we look like so far. Kind of funky. How's this going to work? I'll show you. I love fun folds too, Mary Yates. And so I haven't made this fold in a long time, and I kind of tweaked my measurements a little bit. So let me get this down where you can see. I'm going to use my Simply Scored. Okay. And I'm going to put this on my Simply Scored. And so I have my 1-inch side here. Remember, we scored from 1 inch to 6 1/2. Okay. So I have the 1-inch, my little score line is at the 1-inch down here. And I'm going to get my stylus, and I'm going to score from 1 inch to that cut mark. Okay, so I've just got a little smidgen right here. And then I'm going to do it at 1 inch and at 2 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here to 6 1/2. All the way across. And then I'm going to go to the 5 1/2, and I don't want to score right here. You don't want to do that. Nancy, I'm so glad you came back. It was very choppy for everyone. We don't know what happened, but I decided the show must go on, and I came back on. So I'm glad you popped back in, Nancy. Thank you. So I'm at the 5 1/2, and I'm just going to follow lightly, okay, until I get inside of these cut lines, okay? And I'm going to score at 5 1/2 between the cut lines. So I know it's kind of hard to do. If it's easier for you to do on your paper trimmer, you could do that. But I just kind of hold my stylus down, and it's not really scoring until I want it to. So at the 5 1/2 inch. Okay. All right. So we've done that. And I'm going to turn this over and I can see all my score lines. Whoops, nope, I forgot one. Hold on. So this is what we did. This is what we did. We did our scoring. Let me pull this back down. I'm going to flip this over because I still need to score on this side of my cut line at the 1 inch and at the 2 inch. Now let me show you. This is what it's going to look like. Okay. I've got, there's my 3/4 of an inch where I came in, did my cutting, scored at 6.5, scored at 5.5, scored at 1 and at 2 only on the sides, scored at 1 and 2 only on the sides. Okay. So I hope that this visual helps you and my free download that'll be on my blog. I hope all of that helps you to be able to get those scoring. Something like this, you really need the visual. I think it's harder to write these kind of instructions. So this one definitely needed a video so that you could see everything. So I've got some designer series paper here that I have cut already. And I'm going to, I should use the other side. That way I'll have 2 different cards. I'm going to add my strips. And I like doing it flat. If you want to go ahead and do all the folding and then put the designer series paper on, you could. Hello, Lelia from Australia. I slept in today. Well, lucky you. Well, I'm glad you found me. We had some issues earlier, so I'm glad that you woke up and found us. So I'm just going to add this. Oh, gosh. Y'all know what I did? I got so addled. I told y'all. Hold on. Let me show you what I did. I got so addled at our issues with the technology. I told y'all to go in at 1 inch. You're only going in at 3/4 of an inch. So, thank you, Catherine. I cut at 1. Yeah. Back to the drawing board. I just caught that. Okay, we are going to score at 3/4 of an inch. We're going to start at the 1 inch mark and we're going to cut up to 6.5. There we go. Now we're going to flip this over and we're going to line it up at the 3/4 of an inch and we're going to cut it. Okay. Oh boy. It's only cardstock. It's only cardstock. There's more. All right. We're going to repeat this again in case you need to see it again to remember it. I'm going to score at the 1 inch, at the 2 inch, at the 6.5, all the way across. I'm going to go to the 5.5. And I'm going to score in between the lines. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to score at 1 inch and at 2 inches. There we go. Let's try this again. See, if I had started folding it, I would have already had it. I would have figured it out. So my designer series paper is what helped me figure that out because I cut the designer series paper at 3/4 of an inch. It was an instant replay, Nancy. Let's do it again. All right. Thank goodness I have more cardstock. We're just adding all of our strips And you know, sometimes even though I use the same trimmer and I measure the same, let me put this up. I'll show you what happened. Sometimes it's off by a skosh. Y'all see that? That's what those little snips help with. I'm just going to trim off this skosh. It's not even enough to measure. It's just a skosh. Well, there we go. See, just little slivers. Okay. I'm so glad, Nancy. Thank you. All right. We are going to fold here. So now look at that. That looks really wonky, doesn't it? Let's get our bone folder. We're going to fold here. And then we're going to fold this one. Giving it good creases. And then here, see how this already wants to fold on its own? I'm just going to help it along. More creases. And there we go. Look how cute. That's it. No, the skosh did not want to leave. And then we have our little bunny. I should have put the bunny. I love that bunny. But remember, I do have some cards with the bunny. We're going to put our little duckling that we stamped right on the front. Okay, there we go. So sometimes when you're creating that, you know, it's kind of like, how much of a border do you want here? The thing you have to remember, if you remake this card, this basic white needs to be 2.5 inches. I lost my, there we go. Okay. This needs to be 2.5 inches to fit the Happy Easter. Okay. So now I have 2 different patterns. I like that. Oh, the inside, we didn't finish. So to put the basic white on the inside, again, you can decide, do you want the whole thing white or do you want just a border? And I just realized, I don't think I put the inside white layer on yours. So that ended up being 4 inches by 4 1/4. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab a piece of paper. Sure. And this is already 4 1/4. So we're going to do 4 inches. You could certainly decorate the inside even more if you wanted to, but it's a super simple card, even though it looks complicated. So we're going to add this. Now it was 4 by 4 1/4. So make sure you put it the right way. See how that doesn't work? Whenever something is like 4 by 4 1/4, you're like, oh, make sure you add it to the card the correct way. So there we go, guys. Super easy, super cute, stands up on display. Everybody can ooh and ah over it. Now, the other thing I wanted to do that I thought was super fun was to take and do my envelope. Okay. Now we changed our pattern, so we want this to be on the outside to match this one right here. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to add, whoops, hold on. We need our silicone mat for this. You could use liquid glue if you want, but I'm just going to take the glue all the way from edge to edge. And then I'm just going to add this right here. And by the way, this piece was left over from where I cut these strips off of that 6x6. It was perfect. It was perfect. And then we're just going to take our snips. I can't wait to show you the other Easter cards because one of them, I had it in my head that one of those little chicks needed to be a little peep. You know, those little peeps that you eat, those little candy marshmallowy things. I was like, I want a peep. I want a little peep in the basket. So there we go. Now we have our matching envelope. Here's my other envelope. Boy, I've already got cards for grandkids. I'm going to need a lot more. I am using the Brights Designer Series paper. Where did I put that? This table is not that big. Here it is. These are the Brights 6x6, and they come in all of the Bright family. I call them Bright family, the Brights collection. Oh, there's my Granny Apple Green that I love. That's the Designer Series paper. Okay, let me show you my other cards because I think they're stinking cute. All right, we're going to leave our little duckling here. Let's move all this out of the way. We need the room. Okay. So the first card that I stamped, remember I told y'all I love the bunny. Just sweet little bunny, super simple. I just stamped him. I took my Stampin' blend and kind of blended out just to kind of fill in his little fur edges, and then just stamp the grass. So super simple, great layout, easy. I do have a picture of all of these cards on my download that I'm going to give you. Okay, so how about if we step it up some? I ended up using more ink from the lid of my stamp pad to color him in with the blender pen. But then I used the tulips dies. Do y'all see that? I thought that would be so cute to put him or her with some little flowers back behind. And I cut these out with basic white cardstock. And then I used my Stampin' blends to color the different colors. And then when you cut the dies, it has a piece here. So then I had to color the basic white layer with Granny Apple Green, and then I just stamped the grass. So I thought that was cute, a little bit more stepped up than just the plain bunny. Okay, so here you go. Are y'all ready? I think this is so cute. I wanted a little peep in the basket. I used my snips to cut the grass. I used different embossing folders. And what did I cut the eggs out with? I used the Duo oval punch because I really didn't have any dies that is an egg shape or an oval shape. Used the embossing folder for my basket, stamped my Happy Easter. Barbie, it is a girl bunny. It is a girl bunny. I know. I'm so sorry. Okay, guys, I hope that I have inspired you with all of my cards tonight. Thank you all who came back after our technical issues with the live. I'm so glad that I came back on because a lot of you came back and I appreciate that. You know, sometimes the show has to go on. And so I'm like, okay, we're going to do it again. We're just going to try again. If it didn't work, I was not going to disappoint you. I would have created a video, uploaded it, because these are Easter cards. It's the timing of these cards. Easter will be here in like a month. So if you have any questions or anything, let's see, how are we doing on time? We're way past the 8 o'clock hour. So give me, let's say 8:30. The blog post will go live with the download. I need to fix that YouTube link that's on there in case you want to come back and watch this again. Doing those, and you know, since I messed up the first time cutting it, you'll know not to do that. You'll know. Thank you, Mommy Roo. I'm so glad you liked the cards. Thank you, Deborah. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Mary. Yes, Anna, that's technology for you. You just got to roll with it. You call all the people, you ask you do the research, and you just go, we're just going to try it again. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoy it. And I will see you guys on Monday for Mystery Monday stamping. And then I will be back next Thursday night. Fingers crossed we don't have any issues. So happy stamping, y'all. Bye.